Okay, and welcome back to the channel. Here I'm climbing a yellow TCA top floor, just on the sort of left, if you like, upstairs through the double door on the left hand side. Yellow climbs at about 5B or 5C. Let's watch myself climb it. Let's watch me climb it through, and then, as always, I go back to the start and we'll just talk about it a little bit more. You can, of course, go back at your own speed. Watch this climb for yourself as many times as you need. Okay, so that's the start. Sorry, that's the finish. Of course, let's go back to the start. Always worth, I know I'm not climbing down here and I'm rewinding, but it is always worth climbing down. You learn a lot climbing down. Okay, so I'm here. Let's run through it and see where we get to. So, nice straight arms to start. It's a slightly harder climb. Ideally, you'd have a foot here, wouldn't you, just to stand on to transfer your weight over your hips, but we haven't, so it's made harder by the foothold placement. So we are stepping out on the left hand side to get our weight over. What I'm trying to do, I'm really trying to focus on moving the hips. So I move my hips enough, not too much, to try and catch this hold with as straight arm as possible. So I can't get all the way over, unfortunately, because the foothold's a bit too high for that. So I'm trying to go over, and I'm trying to think about where I'm going to go next. I'm looking at this little handhold here, and I'm wondering whether to go for it. Now, it's quite vertical, so I go to do it. I look down at my feet, and I'm thinking, if there was a foot there, or just slightly, if I could have just held that without having to pull down on it, because it's a very vertically shaped hold, I could have just popped my foot up and gone and got that. But that doesn't really work, so it's good root setting, so it's forcing me to do that. So I'm having to transfer my weight just as much as I can, a little pop with my feet. I'm trying to grab that hold, and as soon as I grab that hold, I'm trying to keep my weight going to that, so I'm underneath it. So my hips have gone from here, and now they're over here. So I'm trying to really get my weight, and with a bit of momentum. If you look at that, if I just play that in slow motion, I'm going to the left, and as I'm moving across, all in one motion, my foot's coming up. I'm trying to get out of that sort of tricky spot. Placing my heel on nicely, and sort of the same but a slightly extreme move, similar to how I was describing the start, but more obvious to see. So I'm going to get the hold. There's not a lot of weight on that hold at the minute, and then I'm going to shift. So I'm not going up, I'm not going up, I'm not going up, I'm not going up. Not focused on that. I'm focused on just getting over as much as I possibly can until my right hand becomes free of weight. So I've gone over, I've put my knee down, I'm really focusing on pushing my knee down. I'm focused on bringing this bringing my hips over and bringing my foot down. The difference between that, let me do that again, the difference between there and there is huge for the weight on my right hand. So I shift over, this foot comes over like a tail. I feel the difference. This, is putting a bit of pressure through here, but I feel the difference. My right hand just becomes free, and up it goes. I shift over, I swap feet, I do the same sort of move. There's a couple of moves before I roll over. So again, I'm trying to roll through my shoulders. If you look at my shoulders, I'm twisting as much as I can. I'm through, and then it's the same move again. I'm hips, all the way over to there. So let's look at that again, because that is, we're trying to go as far over as we possibly can, so that all of the weight is on my right foot. Left foot might not even come off. It just pops off, just enough for me to get the hold. So although this arm is bent, all of the drive is coming from underneath me, and I'm directly in line with that finishing hold. Just in a nice position to match. Little foot just to slot that barn door, and the problem's finished. So that's it. Let me know if you climbed the problem differently in the comments below, and as always, thanks so much. I'll see you on the next one.